What is going on, guys? My name is Trey, and welcome to the Tennessee Innkeeper YouTube channel. It's been a long time since I have uploaded, guys. I'm sorry. Schedule's always busy, you know, typical excuse, right? Anyways, we're gonna jump right into it. So I have my Aphaenogaster colony here, and as you can see, their test tube is extremely gross. It's been like this for a long time now. Even before I put them in diapause, I was trying to, see how long I could keep them inside of this without needing to move them, but I think now is a pretty good time to. They're getting to be a pretty good sized colony, so I think it's time to go ahead and move them. I went ahead and put food in their outworld. They are getting some grade A mealworm tonight. I don't actually remember if they like mealworm. I know they like superworm and waxworm. Trying mealworm tonight. We're gonna see how it goes. Sorry for those of you who don't like looking at crunched up insects. It's not my favorite hobby either, I promise. So what I plan on doing is I've got some cotton here, and what I'm gonna try to do, zoom out, is put cotton here, and then with this tube I'm going to attach it to the nest I'm putting them in. Unfortunately, I don't have anything at the moment that is small enough for them to go in that would be more appropriate of a size. So we're going to be using the Ant Shack medium hydro nest. Now, they shouldn't have any issue moving into this. I moved my Camponotus into a large ant nest whenever they weren't ready, and they've been doing great. They're actually about to have a large number of workers just explode. I will show you guys that colony in a separate video though. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this shield over here. Because I don't have the beautiful matching white cover, we're gonna go with a beautiful brown until I can find that white cover for this. So I've done the boring part, which is fill these with water. I put the cotton in here, I've watered it. It's pretty damp. You don't want it just soaking wet. You want it just kind of wet. You know, the towers here, that's what their job is for, to keep the water in there to stay humid. So I don't know if I can actually get all of this on camera. The ants are kind of feisty right now because I've been sliding them around, throwing them everywhere. So again, the move is going to be attempt to just sling them from here to here and then close off the outworld, because they will literally just be connected right back from here to the outworld. So there shouldn't be any issue there. Also, you can see some of my feeder insects over here. They're currently eating a carrot. All of them are. So, you gotta remember to feed your feeder insects. They need nutrition too, because how else will your ants get the nutrition they need? That, for the most part, I am about as prepared as I can be. I'm going to try to have no casualties with this. So we are just going to, I think we already have a casualty. I think I crushed one. We're just gonna go for it here. Cover that, kind of get it started. Slap that puppy on there. All right. Whoop. Okay. Now they shouldn't be able to get out of the outworld, I hope. Toss them over there. And now the main focus is right here. So normally what I do is I put a light over top of them, because ants hate whenever light is directly over top of them. That is why, of course, they burrow into the ground. So light is not on them. And it already looks like we got a couple of ants going inside the new nest. They're kind of checking it out. I made sure to do a deep clean after my Camponotus pennsylvanicus were in there for a temporary amount of time. So now the goal is I'm just going to let them sit. I will check back with them every once in a while. I'm really excited for them to go inside of this nest, because that means I'll get to see the queen again, which is extremely exciting. So I'll check back with them in a few minutes. I'm going to set them up. You guys will see that. And yeah, we'll go from there. So as you guys can see, I knocked the nest out of the way. So as you guys can see, they're already starting to kind of go a little crazy. We got one little Aphaenogaster in there checking everything out, making sure it's safe. Put that cover back on. So I'm going to remove this red piece of paper. I put the paper on the test tubes to kind of filter out the light from getting onto them, because this is my work area. So there's a light on most of the time. Sorry for the glare of the light. There's really no way for me to eliminate that. So we are just going to let the camera roll on them. Try to do that. Sorry you guys can't really see the ants too much. Zoom out just a hair. There we go. The glare's not super bad. It's pretty good down through here. So I'm just gonna let this go, guys. We will speed it up. Hopefully we can catch the queen moving into the new nest. Again, this is the medium hydro nest by Ant Shack. Highly recommend it. I love it. Very minimalistic, and it pairs really nicely with the outworld, which you guys will see in this video. So we will see you in a little bit. So it's been about 3 minutes, and I came in here to check on them, and there's definitely a lot more activity inside the nest itself. I will try to get a better picture. I'm just going to leave it alone. We'll go to an overhead shot after they've moved and after they've gotten all their brood moved over. But guys, I can already tell you, these ants are going to have so much more room than they do in the test tube. So I'm very excited to see them. So let's get back up to the speed up, and hopefully we can catch that queen. about 5 minutes. I just came back and I noticed they're starting to bring some of the brood over. It's kind of hard to see with the paper. You can kind of see that one. They are starting to bring the brood over. This is really exciting. So that means that the humidity levels are just fine, and that, I guess, the red cellophane is working. You know, I was kind of skeptical, but a lot of the workers, they don't want to move, or they're trying to cover up the brood so that way, you know, they can protect it. That's the only thing I can think of. They're trying to protect the brood from the light. You know, light means danger, so they're going to continue moving, and hopefully they will be completely moved before I go to sleep. I decided to move them really late, so we'll see. We'll be back soon. So guys, one thing I noticed after looking the video over, you can actually kind of see the queen in this shot. You can see her moving from right to left here. She looks kind of larger than the other workers, as most queens do. You'll see her in the middle there. There she is. I didn't notice this until I came back, of course, but I thought it was pretty cool to watch the video over and see the queen kind of hesitate to go back in. I just wanted to point that out. Well, it's been about 5 or so minutes since I last came and checked on them. It looks like they're still moving, but they are starting to stay inside of the new nest, which is a good sign. Otherwise, you know, nothing new. Still don't see the queen, I don't think. If she moved and I didn't see her, I'm going to be very upset. So, I guess we'll be back shortly. You know, actually, side note, I was trying to figure out what this weird clicking noise was, or biting noise, I guess. Like, it sounded like a carpenter bee chewing on wood, if you've ever heard that. I don't know if people have heard that. I have. And I look over and I forgot that I was feeding my mealworms and waxworms and dubia roaches a carrot, and they've been over here munching on my carrot. So, yeah, that's something fun. Okay, we'll be back. Ooh, there she is. There's the queen. I didn't leave the room because I knew it was coming soon. That is awesome. Look at her go. She's very hesitant. And she's right in the perfect spot. You can't hardly see her. I can see her just fine. I know it's hard for you guys to see her. I forget how small she is. She almost blends in with the workers with size. So that's really cool to see. I didn't think I would ever see her again, honestly. Look, it's hard to see her. They're actually forcing her to move. They were grabbing her by the antenna over here. I wish I could get a better shot, but this is the only shot I have on my desk right now, unfortunately. Well, I was trying to find a better position to get down low for you guys to see the queen, but here I am, just holding the camera. So there she is, going into the new nest. Again, it's been so long since I've seen her, I forgot that she was so small, just like the workers. It looks like she's kind of going without resistance, you know, some hesitancy, but looks like she's kind of going pretty steady for him. I can already tell in this new nest they're going to have a lot more room to run around, and it will buy me some time to figure out what nest I'm going to put them in next. So if you guys would like to see them in a Tar Heel ant nest, please comment down below, or if you'd rather see them in something like an ant shack nest. Maybe I can combine 2 ant shack nests together. Oh, she didn't like it. She's going back. Nope, she's going towards the new nest. She'll probably go back again another couple hundred times. Wasn't enough, I guess. She's just going right back to the test tube. Yeah, oh. This queen has been very confused with what she wants to do. It seems like she wants to stay in the test tube, but at times she just wants to go into the new nest because she's very curious. I will say though, watching her, it's been very fascinating. And I remember whenever I first caught her and a couple of the workers out in the wild, I never realized she was the queen until my cousin was like, hey, I think we caught the queen. She looks a little bit bigger than the other one. And sure enough, you know, that was the queen. We actually found this colony inside of a rotten log. finally deciding to go into the new nest. There we go. I can see her in the new nest now. I'm going to try to get a good shot of her here. So she's kind of hard to see. She's right in here. You can kind of see her head and her middle section here. She's a very beautiful queen, and these ants are just loving all the extra space. At least I imagine they are. They look very cozy in there. I've noticed that they're kind of taking refuge here in the back. I'm also noticing that they hang from the, they're hanging from the glass or the acrylic, and they have the eggs in their mouth. So they're hanging upside down. I don't know why ants do that. I would love to know. So if you guys know, I would love it if you could comment down below why they do that. I just know a couple species do that. But again, I don't actually know why they do that. So it would be awesome to know. So if anyone ever asks in the future, I could help them with that. But it looks like they're kind of finishing getting everything out of the test tube. I will probably give them a couple more minutes, and then I'll reattach the test tube to the outworld so they can go back and forth to kind of pick up the stragglers, and then we'll attach the nest to the outworld so that way the ants in the outworld can go back home, because I know they're probably ready. So I'm going to give them a couple more minutes to kind of move in, and we'll see where they're at. But again, the queen is right there. You can kind of see her head just sticking up. Let's see if I can zoom in on her here. The best picture I can get of her right now until I can safely move the nest. I don't feel comfortable moving it closer to the camera. Again, just want to make sure that they have a comfortable move and an easy move. I don't want to stress the queen or the colony out too much. We're going to go ahead and put the top on. Ooh, scared some of the workers. There we go. Now it's going to be a lot darker in there. Slide the light over. Honestly, it would be nice if they cooperated and all moved in tonight, so that way we could attach them to the outworld. But I'm just going to leave them like this. I'll check on them one more time before I actually go to sleep. Well, I decided after stopping the last recording to go on ahead and move them. What I did was I just got all the stragglers out of the test tube, dumped them in the top here because the vent on the Ant Shack medium outworld opens, as does all of their outworlds. So I was able to open it, tap the rest of them from the tube in there, and the ones that were stuck in the outworld can now go home to a new home. One thing I've noticed, since I am using a shorter tube, the nest kind of sags. I'm gonna fix that. I have a way to fix it. I'm gonna use some hot glue. Well, maybe not hot glue. I'll put some little foam pads on the bottom of this nest to kind of raise it up. So, with that being said, guys, my name is Trey again. Thank you for joining me with this video on the Tennessee Ant Keeper YouTube channel. And we'll see you in the next one. Let's see. Let's probably stress them out, but we're going to do it really quick. Here they all are, all bunched up and happy as can be. So, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys. Sorry to disturb you again. Here's some bonus footage of my Aphaenogaster pennsylvanicus colony. They are doing great after coming out of the fridge from Diabaz. As you can see, I just fed them some crushed up mealworm. I normally just cut it up and put it in the food dish. But one thing I wanted to point out about this colony, and I don't know why they do it, they have taken the rock from the Ant Shack outworld, and they have just made a mound around the liquid feeders, both the water and the sunburst liquid. I don't understand why they do that, but I thought it was pretty interesting and I wanted to show it. You'll also notice there's probably some extra trash around there from like mealworms and superworm carcasses. The ants were very, very angry anytime I touched that, and they went rushing up the tweezers. So after I stopped recording, I went ahead and tried to grab it back out, and since I fed them, they were really distracted, so I was able to get all the trash out. But I just wanted to show this video as some bonus footage. Thank you guys for sticking around and watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.